From the headlines that move us
to the plays on the field and the people making a difference.
It's news, sports, and stories that keep our community alive.
This is the Heartbeat of Tampa Bay.
I'm Christopher Ingram.
And I'm Serena Fazan. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone.
We have a wonderful guest today.
We certainly do. A woman that I have long admired, I have to say. She is...
I have as well. We have Christy Vogel from Marketing Direction and Sounding Joy. We're going to talk a little bit about your company first and then talk about what you're really here for, which is your charity. But you've known her a long time. You ran into her about a week or so ago and sent me a picture of the two of you, and I've known her for like 10 or 12 years from Rotary days.
Isn't that something? Isn't that something? But you're a woman that I admire so much. You're such a trailblazer in the story of marketing. I mean, you have to share with us your personal journey and the step that you took.
Oh gosh, well, it all started with a big layoff in 2009, and I was pushed off the edge because nobody was hiring any marketing executives at the time, and they certainly weren't spending money in marketing. And so I started Marketing Direction as a part-time marketing executive. It was just me, and that one term got me in the doors because people are like, what's a part-time marketing executive? I'm like, invite me in and I'll tell you. And I went in and I sold the business, and we did great. We did great. We continued to grow. It was just going to be me. And then all of a sudden I needed to hire people. And I thought, well, nobody else is going to want to be called a part-time marketing executive. So I sent out an email to 7 of my closest colleagues who had also recently been laid off because of the recession. And 4 of the 7 came back and said, are you kidding me? I want to do this. I want to do this with you. And so I decided that day, we're going to expand. We had the supply, we had the demand, and it was a beautiful marriage. So we've been growing every year since, and last year, 2025, was our largest year ever. So we're really excited to be helping businesses in the Tampa Bay community and beyond.
That's fantastic. Would you have a specialty area that you kind of focus in on in terms of the types of businesses that you like to help?
Absolutely. We tend to work with business-to-business companies that are professional services. So engineering companies, CPA firms, that kind of thing. We think engineering is sexy, CPAs are sexy.
And they're
definitely smart,
well,
for sure.
Yeah, you both know that already about me. But yeah, the areas of business where you wouldn't expect a marketing effort to be put within, but we eat that up every day because we really get to understand what drives their target. And so we create content that's extremely relevant to them so that when we're speaking to them through social media, through website, through video content, the target says, oh, they're talking about me, and they know what our issues are and they know what the solutions are. So we are able to be more impactful based on the content that we're writing for our clients.
All right, so Christy, how long have you been in business again? About 15 years?
Yeah, a little over 15 years. We started in 2009.
And how many employees do you have?
We have, 22 team members.
That's
fantastic.
Yeah, and I am so lucky. I look at them we just had a team meeting this morning, and I look at them and go, why are they working for? I can't believe
they're working for me.
They're smarter than I am. They're
please.
more experienced than I am,
So
and
humble.
I learn from them every day. And I'm just blessed to be a part of it.
That's
Now,
fantastic.
and of course, share the name of your company.
Marketing Direction.
Yes,
your
exactly.
Website URL. We'll throw that up on the screen.
Marketingdirection.com.
Marketing. Well, imagine that.
Imagine that.
Okay. Well, we really appreciate you coming today. We really invited you to talk about your charity, which is called Sounding Joy.
Yes.
And give us a little bit of background. I know it, but share for the viewers. You were born deaf, and how did this whole thing transpire?
Yeah, so I was born with hearing loss, and we didn't discover it until I was in the 6th grade. And I was told that, number 1, I taught myself to read lips on my own without realizing it. And number 2, that I needed hearing aids. And I did not want hearing aids. I didn't, I was the tallest kid in the class, including the teachers. And I didn't want to be different by wearing hearing aids, and I thought I was okay. My parents thought I was okay. I came to dinner on time, and so they just figured I was hard-headed more than anything else. So fast forward, I didn't get my hearing aids because they were so expensive at the time. Today, they're $8,000 a pair, not covered by insurance, so they continue to be expensive. So I didn't get my hearing aids until I was 27 years old.
Wow.
So I grew up with a lot of feedback in my brain saying I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not fast enough. And all of my friends just feel sorry for me, and that was the only reason they were friends with me. I know, screwed up, but that's what I grew up thinking.
Describe to us, like, so you didn't get a hearing aid until you were 27, but try to give us a sense of what it means to be hard of hearing or deaf at the level that you were in terms of the ability to hear sound on a 0 to 100 scale, if you will.
So the easiest way to describe it is when you watch Charlie Brown and you've got the teacher saying wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
I could hear that someone was speaking. I couldn't understand what they were saying.
Bless your heart. So
yes.
you learned how to read lips.
I learned how to read lips without realizing it.
What was it like when you first got those hearing aids?
Oh my gosh, my whole world opened up because I thought, I'm okay, I'm great. And it was my fiance at the time who was just so frustrated with me because I couldn't hear anything that he was saying unless he was right in front of me because I couldn't read his lips. So I put those things in the first time just to pretty much prove to him that I didn't need them. And I said, oh my gosh, I can hear. Did you know that buttons make a beep when you push them?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, things like that.
Right.
And then I was still needing to read lips, even wearing the hearing aids, but I could hear people so much better and so much more clearly. So my career took off at that point. I was actually hearing things during in the conference room. I was understanding what people were asking of me and not having to ask 3 times what that was. So I learned more and more information about kids not getting their hearing aids like I did. And I always knew that you miss more than half of what's taught in the classroom. Can you imagine being in the classroom, missing half? I mean, we as kids only listen to half.
Right.
So then if you're only hearing half of that,
You're only learning 25% of that.
exactly. Thank you for doing the math, Christopher. So I thought that getting kids hearing aids was going to help them hear better, and that was going to drastically improve their lives. What I realized recently, just in the last 5 years, is that kids who don't get their hearing aids are more than 5 times as likely to become addicted to drugs and alcohol.
Really?
5 times.
Yes, and twice as likely to attempt suicide. So which is a tragedy. And I was lucky because, I didn't fall into any of that. But what I realized as soon as I heard those stats is that I have 2 cousins who grew up as alcoholics. They both drank themselves to death, and they both needed hearing aids. We have hearing nerve deafness in the family.
Okay.
So you should be at our family reunions. We're all yelling and nobody's hearing what's being said. But so I look back and I said, my gosh, if my cousins could have gotten their hearing aids, would they be sitting next to me today talking about this? We don't know for sure, but it's probable based on the stats. So it was that time that I said, we've got to start this today. I can't wait until I retire. I can't wait, another week or 2. We are not only helping kids to hear, but we are actually saving their lives. And it's a crime that hearing aids are not covered by insurance.
I can't believe it.
2 hearing aids can save a life. 2 hearing aids can drastically improve a life. So until they're covered by insurance, Sounding Joy is here to buy those hearing aids for those kiddos. And right now we're in the extended Tampa Bay area and we are growing like crazy.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It is, and this was something you were planning on starting after you retired. So thank goodness.
When I had enough time.
I mean, when you're going to retire, I don't know, because you're so, again, on top of your game. And I can tell you're going to be busy, busy, busy. But thank goodness you started Sounding Joy.
Yes, it is my purpose. It is the reason that I get out of bed every day. Don't get me wrong, I'm passionate about marketing and I'm passionate about helping our clients grow their businesses. But at the end of the day, if I don't do what I need to do, kids are dying. And that's where the passion is. Our board of directors are so passionate about that. A lot of them have stories of where their children needed hearing aids or spouses needed hearing aids, so they get it. And so we work extremely hard. We have a very tiny team. We have a board of entrepreneurs, And we're a very young organization. We bought our first hearing aid in 2023. We bought over 100 hearing aids now for kiddos.
Congratulations.
Yes.
At an average cost of $8,000.
So $8,000 a pair retail. Because of our wonderful partners with One Source Hearing, our average price on a hearing aid is $750 a piece, $750 a piece.
Wow.
So we're able to buy that many
That's
more
fantastic.
hearing aids.
So you've helped 100 kids. How much money have you raised over the years?
Oh my gosh, good question. I would say, oh my gosh.
Enough to buy 100 hearing aids.
Yeah, enough to buy 100 hearing aids, but we are well over 500,000 that
Wow,
we have
that's
raised.
fantastic.
Congratulations.
And that's increasing every year. And we're doubling the number of hearing aids, the number of kiddos that we're helping every year. And we're most excited about that because of our hearing partners, our audiologists. We can buy discounted hearing aids all day long, but without the help of an audiologist, a doctor of audiology, putting those hearing aids in the kiddos' ears, we are nothing. And so now we are collaborating with Johns Hopkins All Children's, which gives us access to 22 audiologists as far north as Pasco County, all the way down to Lee County. We just started a collaboration with Easter Seals, and that puts us in Monroe County, which is the Keys. So, tough place to have to go. And we also work with Tampa Children's ENT, who's been with us since the very day one when I had no idea what I was doing. They held my hand and said, here's how you need to do that. And as well as my alma mater, USF Audiology, is Go Bulls, Go Bulls. So the community has really just reached out because as soon as we start talking about the gap and the need, those on the audiology side, they know that there's a need. They're tired of having to tell kiddos or their parents, well, you need hearing aids. And the parents are going, I can't afford $8,000. And they're saying, well, I'm sorry, there's nothing that we can do.
So that's how you find the children that you want to help, eventually end up helping, is through these audiologists and the associations you have with the different medical groups. That's
and
great.
Also the school system audiologists. So both in Hillsborough County and Pinellas County, the school district audiologists also serve as our feeders.
I take it they have to have
wonderful.
some sort of criteria, financial need.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So if your family's on Medicaid, your hearing aids will be paid for. But if you're amongst the working poor, not so much. Even lower middle class. I mean, if I asked each of you, you guys are successful. If I asked you right now, stroke a check to me for $8,000 for your kids' hearing aids, you'd be thinking about, okay, we got to start moving money around, or
Right.
maybe
That's money,
Yes.
it's a lot of
It's a lot of
cash,
money.
and it's a big ask, and it's too easy for parents to say, "We'll just do without."
Yeah.
They're doing fine. I didn't know how much I needed the hearing aids. My parents did not know. I was coping. I was reading lips. Everybody thought I was okay. So it's really easy as a parent, and I don't blame them, to say, Joey's doing okay. He doesn't need hearing aids.
You lived it, and I'm glad you started talking about that, and because I did want to go back and ask you this, for you to deal with this, and you have two cousins also. I mean, how did that happen? Is there something we as parents can do? I mean, what do we need to get checked? Is it hereditary? I know I'm throwing all these questions at you.
So there are 100 reasons why you have hearing loss. So some of it is hereditary, some of it is not. Some of it comes from disease, but 60% of it is preventable. Whether you're listening to music too loud, whether you're taking
Especially
the
now
wrong
with the
medicines,
earpods.
exactly. So that's that's a tragedy too. That 60% is
Avoidable.
avoidable. So that's number one, that we can reduce the number of kiddos having hearing loss by not listening to loud music and putting those levels on your AirPods so
Good
that
luck
you're
with
not
that,
listening.
right?
Yeah, I know.
But
I know.
we're getting the message out
Right,
there.
get the message
Hopefully,
out,
we're getting it out.
Right. And then also education. So the parents don't know. But what I equate a parent saying, my child's okay, they don't need hearing aids, I equate it to, if God forbid, a doctor said your child had cancer. You would not say, they look okay, they're still
Right.
running around.
Good point.
And then that leads me to over-the-counter hearing aids, which are right now only for adults. But there are adults out there that are forcing adult hearing aids into little tiny ears, which is causing even more issues. But they don't know. They don't know. But would you go over the counter for the type of chemo that your child needs for to treat their cancer. No. And so what I was alluding to is there are 100 different reasons why you have hearing loss. And there are more than 100 different solutions to fix that. So if you're taking your child to a hearing specialist, or even as an adult, if you're going to a hearing specialist that's been trained to sell hearing aids and only the product that's sitting on their shelves, then you're probably going to have a missed solution there. You're going to have a negative experience with your hearing aids, and you're going to take them out and say they don't work and go the rest of your life without hearing. So highly recommend going to a doctor of audiology and making sure that they do the proper testing and they find the right hearing aid that works for you and continues to work with you on programming, because you're going to have to go back time and time again, and it's never going to be perfect, but you can get it the best that it can be. So it takes time, and you will rely on these hearing aids more than you rely on your car. I put mine in first thing in the morning before I get out of bed, and it's the last thing that comes out before I turn off the light at night. So it's $8,000 is expensive, but it's worth it. You will depend on them more than you depend on your car.
Do you take them out when your husband's annoying you and you don't want to listen to
Well, we are newlyweds, so
you're not there yet? 5 years
so
maybe.
far, no, I'm not. He's a quiet talker, so I'm usually turning them up to try to hear him.
Okay, so you guys have a big event coming up. Tell us about your gala.
Yes, we do. So it's called the Art of Hearing Gala. It's our 3rd annual fundraiser, and it's at Coastal Creative, which is a really cool place in downtown St. Pete. It starts at 6 o'clock. We're going to have the bus stop band there. We're going to have La Vie restaurant catering. Nice. They're doing a great job. Live auction, silent auction, and it's just going to be a lot of fun.
Sounds like it.
And we may even have a couple of our Sounding Joy kiddos there.
That would be cool.
Yes,
That's wonderful.
Yeah, we're excited.
She and I know each other from Rotary, and she used to be in charge of a lot of our events, and she puts on a really good show.
Oh, well, just take a look at Christy, right? You're so well put together, and you are wearing a heart.
Yes, I am.
I see
yes, I am.
There's a heart.
I hit it though earlier. Sorry.
You look fabulous.
Okay, so if people want to volunteer, if they want to make a donation, if they want to buy tickets and go to the gala, what can they do?
Go to soundingjoy.org. Soundingjoy.org. All the information is there, and we would love to see everybody there, including you two.
All right. Well, how much are tickets?
incredible.
Can people be a sponsor still?
Absolutely. We have sponsorship starting at $250, which is pretty simple, all the way up to $8,000. Our title sponsor is Donaldson Family Foundation, so they've already secured that at $15,000. We're grateful to them. And then individual tickets are $125, which includes a full meal, complimentary drink, the band, dancing, silent auction, live auction, that kind of thing. And new this year, we have a table sponsorship, VIP tables, where you have an 8-top with reserved seating. You get a bottle of white, a bottle of red, plus your comp beverages, and that goes for $1,500.
Okay.
Those are selling fast.
Yeah.
All right.
And priceless of what
Yes.
you're doing. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank
Thanks,
you so
Christy.
much.
We thank you so
Of
much for being here.
course.
Great.
Christy
It was a
Vogel
lot of
from
fun.
Marketing Direction and Sounding Joy.
Thank
Great.
you.
Every story shared,
Adds another heartbeat to Tampa Bay.
from courage to community.
We are so proud to tell the stories that keep our neighborhood strong.
Thanks for watching The Heartbeat of Tampa Bay. Awesome. Thanks for being here.
You are amazing.